Guys, this is Dennis at Denis Oakley Strategy Consulting, and we're carrying on with our series of quick videos on how to stress test your business model. Today we're asking the provocative question: how predictable are your sales? Why is this important? Well, I tell you from bitter bloody experience that if your sales are going up and down, it is really difficult to plan. You don't know how much money that you're going to have at any one time, and often if something goes wrong, you have far less money than you think you have. That makes decisions, investments very, very difficult. So Amazon, for example, used to get 70% of its sales in the few months before Christmas. Thanksgiving weekend included. In Kuala Lumpur, and I think this is true for a lot of food delivery companies, 70% of all food orders are made on a Sunday night. Other nights, people go out or they cook for themselves. Sunday nights, they want to treat themselves. So there is a massive crush, which then leads to huge problems as to where do they get people who want a job for one evening a week. So thinking about your sales over the last 6 months, over the last year, have you managed to get very consistent sales month in, month out, or are your sales very, very lumpy? What are the problems that this has caused you? And so basically, on the plus side here, if you want to score yourself on 1 to 5, our sales are super predictable. If they're super predictable, yeah, you can start planning 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months down the line. And this is often the case when you have got a company that has moved into the standardized phase of its life, or even it's still in the stagnation phase of its life, that everything is reliable and ticking over at clockwork. Sales are unpredictable for companies often earlier in their lifestyle, where they haven't got a great product market fit, where there's an awful lot of seasonality happening, or where the sales process is a bit messy. Again, at the end of a company's lifestyle, when they're into stagnation, where there are lots of threats, sales can collapse with alarming rapidity, as it was seen in great examples, not Netflix, Blockbuster Video, Kodak, and other companies, taxi companies. Their revenues just started to collapse despite the sort of long-term stability going up before them. So the questions to consider, and these are good ones to ask yourself: do you forecast sales? Yeah, how accurate are your sales forecasts? So if you expect to make $500,000 in sales each month, what is the variation from that? Do you have a 1% variation in sales, or is it 5 or 10 or even 50% sales variation? A lot of service orientated companies are notorious for having the feast and famine. They do a big sales and marketing blitz. They get loads of sales, so they stop the sales and marketing as they try to deliver, and then they enter a famine as soon as the delivery phase ends. That again is very, very difficult to work for. And if you can't forecast effectively, what are the problems that this is causing to your business? How much money would you save if you had reliable sales each month? Is it worthwhile giving up some sales, having a lower annual sales, for more predictable sales as you go through? Predictability has a benefit. What is the cost to you of the unpredictability? And then thinking about your competitors. Are your sales more predictable than theirs? Have they got a sales system in place that can reliably deliver bang, bang, bang? Or are they even more chaotic? What is it about your business? Whoops, I think we just got something come up on the screen. What is it about your business that gives you an advantage or disadvantage? And are you able to identify what it is from what your competitor does and get your business functioning and working better as a result? And The same question applies looking out at the industry. How predictable are sales in the rest of the industry? What can you do there to have a smoother sales focus than the rest of the industry? One of the things that we looked at in with the steel industry was giving people options so that they would get the steel price consistent over time. They knew what they were going to have to pay. That would have then smoothed our cash flow. Didn't work for a number of reasons. Partly because people were always on the lookout for bargains, so they were happy to take low prices because of options, and then they scrap the options and go for even lower prices when the steel price went down. So that didn't work, but it's part of the exploration to see how you can make these things happen. And then how is your market likely to change over the next few years? What we often see in markets where there are a lot of threats coming in are great deals of spiky sales as markets absorb new information, competitors come in and disrupt things, and that again is a big sign that you've got problems in the industry structure and perhaps with your business model. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Do like the video, do subscribe to Denis Oakley Strategy Consulting, and head over to my website, have a look at some of the blog posts. I do them on different things than you see here. And if you're in a situation where you'd like somebody to have a look at your business model, to see whether it's working, how it can be optimized, how it can be improved, or even how you can change your entire company's business model, do give me a call, send me an email, reach out, and I will do my level best to help you make your company even greater than it is now. Thanks for listening.